did a bunch of research on like just Salt Lake food. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's
some cocktails and shots and all the good stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, we're live. Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Utah Stories. So today we are talking food. We had a recent visit by the pizza king of YouTube, Dave Portnoy. We're going to be getting into that a little bit later. Dave Portnoy, if you haven't followed his One Bite, everyone knows the rules. It's just a very simple format, 3 minutes, and he visited Utah and going to talk about his thoughts about pizza in Utah with a longtime food marketer here in Salt Lake City, Maxwell. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Cool. Yeah. So when you look at Utah's food scene, especially let's just talk about pizza, do you think we are up to par with other states and other places? Have you eaten pizza in other places? And
I eat pizza everywhere I go, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like just on pizza alone, Salt Lake has this new energy around pizza, right? I feel like there's these places that are trying pizza, getting into pizza, and I mean, obviously there's like the secret pizza. It's hard to do a bad pizza, so there's some really good pizza in Salt Lake right now.
yeah, that Secret Pizza Club, I started hearing about that about a year or two ago. And I think the first thing I heard was it's not as good as the hype. But from what Portnoy found, it looks like it's fantastic.
I think it's worth the hype. I thought it was a lot of fun and really good. I had this really good like artichoke olive pizza that they dropped once that was really good. I feel like, I mean, no one's doing pizza like that. Kind of exciting, right? And you've got to sign up for that text club to join. It's a cool concept.
So is it like a lottery? If you're lucky enough to get one of their pizzas,
yeah, you gotta, when it drops, you gotta sign up quick, and then it comes on a Sunday, and you gotta go pick it up. It's you know, a unique experience. I feel like that's something that Salt Lake is kind of growing into right now, like creating that very unique kind of underground food scene. You know, that's what I feel like we're moving into lately, which I really like.
Well, I like the idea that that the food quality pushes the consumer demand, or that food quality is being more scrutinized. Because here in Utah, I think it's a little bit unfortunate that we have very few choices when it comes to Mexican food, and in the suburbs where I live now, we have very few choices when it comes to pizza. I mean, we got the pie. Basically, that's it.
Which we love the pie. Like
Yeah,
the pie's got some good pizza.
The pie is pretty good. I think that it's like it's not thin crust. They made a special thin crust when Dave Portnoy visited. I was like, what the heck
That's
is that?
not regular, yeah.
Yes.
They're known for that like thick pizza. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of surprising to hear that.
Yeah, and it's satisfying to me, the pie. But then I go down to a place like Villagio. You said you haven't tried Villagio
Not yet, no.
It's incredible. We've had Richie on this program before. He came from New York, and he decided, oh, we don't have shit for ingredients here. So he brings in all the ingredients from New York, and he has a special warehouse that he has to lease to have like
Wow.
$40,000 worth of ingredients on hand for his pizza shop. And it's all New York flour, New York tomato sauce, New York cheese. And so it's really authentic New York pizza.
I mean, thank you for bringing New York pizza to Salt Lake City. That's really cool. Okay, so
Yeah.
I need to check that out. What was it called again?
Villagio.
Villagio,
And
okay.
and Dave Portnoy visited him. But I want to show a clip now from his visit to Baby's Bagels, which you know very well.
Big fan, huge fan of Baby Bagels and the guys over there. And I think what they're doing is so smart. Oh, we have this bagel shop in the morning. How do we use our space in the evening? You know, it's sitting there whether they use it or not. And so they started doing this pie. I think it's called Pie Boy, right? Started doing pizzas, and yeah, good for them. This is exciting.
It's cool. So it's just an underutilized kitchen.
Yeah.
So we'll play this now. And where's this Baby's Bagels?
It's right across from the Leonardo. I like great bagels.
We were filming.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, pizza review time. We are at Baby Bagels. So Baby Bagels, 7:32 every day. I like how they say service animals. But then they do Pie Boy pizza nights, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 5 to 8:30, 5 to 8:30, 5 to 9. Now, I'm a huge pizza credibility guy. Like, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. What the name that I've gotten confused? Sam's Secret Pizza Club, 8-2, spectacular pizza, like toe-to-toe. The people in there are like, have you tried Babies? They do the secret. They do kind of similar late night pizza thing. Not late night, but after hours. Okay, say less, because they have pizza credibility. And so do both Sam's. The guy who flew to Chicago and the Sam's from Sam's Club, pizza credibility. So I had to try it. I'm so full. Here we go. One bite, everyone knows rules. It does look like an East Coast style. Does look good.
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit.
And they serve it till they're out.
He always takes more than one bite. One bite, everyone
Like, giving it another 7-8?
Didn't know this was a rule. So now that's what I got to do. He takes a bite and then, like, a crust bite. You know, he wants the full experience.
So does this have to be higher?
By the way, drink
Might have been a 7-7.
Yeah,
I'm
go
going
to the
7-8.
This is Villagio. This is
And that's with love.
So he's deciding this
7-9
this is the second best pizza in Utah.
It's
according
good.
to him.
Really good. Or it could have been 7-8. It's very similar.
Yeah. That's a really high score.
Good stuff. These late night, like, bagel bakery places are churning out the pizza on special nights. So there you go. Baby's Bagels with the Pizza Boy late night. Strong score.
All right. So that concept of starting super small, building up your customer base before you get a brick and mortar, that's brilliant. And that's what Baby Bagels
I
did.
mean, as a restaurant and bar marketer, that's how you do it, right? You kind of get in the community. Baby's Bagels, they were at the farmer's market every week. I would get their bagels every week, and, like, big fan of their bagels. And then they opened up that brick and mortar, and I was their first customer. I went at 6 a.m. to make sure I got it. So to see them next level and use their space for pizza, it's a natural move. And there's actually a lot of restaurants doing this right now. It's, like, kind of exciting.
Yeah, and now they kind of see this up-and-coming pizza guy.
Mm-hmm.
They're giving part of their kitchen to him at night so that he can grow his customer base. It's just such a smart move.
And brings people back to Baby's Bagels. Yeah, exactly. It's a smart move, and good for them. Good for the boys over there. That's a great score. That's good pizza.
Yeah. So what other restaurants, or I should say, we'll stick with pizza. What other pizza do you think is awesome in Utah that you?
I be eating pizza. Yeah. Probably one of my faves, Snowmo Bar on Central 9th. They've got great pizza. They do huge style pizzas, and they do a daily special. I was actually just there last night and got this, like, really good chicken Alfredo. It's chicken Alfredo pizza. They do a lot of thin crusts, very New York style. That's how I like my pizza, you know? They do a good one.
So you like the Portnoy, New Haven, Connecticut style?
I do. A little burnt on the bottom. That's, like, how I like my pizza, you know? It feels like it's like an oven pizza, you know?
Yeah.
Another good pizza, Squatters Downtown Pub, they do a $9 lunch special every day where you can get a $9 pizza, full pizza. So It's, like, a great little, like, lunch spot to get up.
Nice. Yeah, and then Secret Pizza Club, we didn't play that video because they were actually blowing up. The Tribune did a story on them after Portnoy visited them. You've tried Secret Pizza?
Yeah, I have. They're really good, and good for them. Let's get weird with our pizza, right? Like, let's do a little, like, it's secret, it's underground. Like, that's fun. That makes me really, in my marketing brain, thinking of that, I'm like, I want to try that. I have to try that, and that's I have to try.
Yeah. And just the rundown of the other places he went to was went to the Pie. As we said, he made a special pizza for the Pie, or for Dave Portnoy. That's not like the ones I've seen. I've never seen a thin crust ever from the Pie. But they said they've been carrying it. I went in and asked them that. But there's Nico's Pizza in Provo. Never tried them.
No, me either.
There's Brick Oven Pizza in Provo. Actually, I've tried that one.
How was it?
It was good.
Yeah,
it was pretty good. And Jupiter's at the Crossing. Is that here in Utah?
I haven't tried that yet. I have no idea.
Anyway, yeah, I think our pizza's pretty decent. I think as long as you're staying closer to the city, you got pretty decent pizza.
Yeah, I kind of like what we were talking about earlier. I think there's that 8 p.m. pizza. You know, like you kind of got like a nice, really like a really like kind of fancy pizza. They went a little different with it, and we love that. That's like that 8 p.m. pizza. But I love like a 3 a.m. pizza, like Pie Hole on downtown. They've got a great pizza, and I've had many nights, stopping by Cheers, going around the corner, and hitting Pie Hole.
And they're open all night.
And they're open till 4 a.m.
Wow.
And so it does get a rush around that like 1 a.m. when the bars close, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's like one of those. Pie Hole is kind of like the underground pizza, you know. They're just kind of a little. They're themselves is a good way to put it, but they do good pizza.
Yeah.
I actually have a great pizza recommendation. Actually, I just remembered Paxton Pub does a funeral potato pizza that is really, really unique and really good.
Where's that at?
That is over on 3rd West, and it's right by Target downtown, right by the Target, right over there on that little road. And Paxton Pub, they're a cute little bar, but they've been working on their pizzas, and they have a funeral potato one that's really good.
Wow, potatoes on pizza. I don't know if I could go for that.
Get into it. Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, to switch gears, so just more background on you. You've been doing food marketing here in Salt Lake for how long?
Coming up on 10 years. Yeah, I've been doing restaurant and bar marketing for the Salt Lake and Park City markets. Yeah, mostly.
And what are some of the biggest changes you've noticed in the last 10 years in Utah's food scene? I know that's a big question, but
besides cocktail prices going up,
yeah, holy cow, man.
I know it feels like, back in the day it felt like you could go get a cheap cocktail, but now we're elevating, we're becoming a bigger city, and I feel like it's that's a big old change. But besides that, what I really feel in Salt Lake right now is bringing flavors from other cities to Salt Lake. Kind of like what you're mentioning with that guy who's from New York and making pizza from New York here. We have flavors from all around, bringing them into Salt Lake, and I think that's a really good positive move for us.
Yeah,
we're a world city. We're not just Salt Lake City.
Yeah, our ethnic cuisine is pretty diverse. We got an Ethiopian restaurant on State Street.
Yeah,
I keep hearing about it, but I forget to eat there. But have you ever tried that place?
I haven't. I've heard of this though. I've heard it's really good. I would love to find the name and give them a shout out one of these times because I really want to check them out.
I should probably be able to at least say what their name is. I'm gonna bring them up.
We're gonna keep bragging about them. We might as well give them, hook them up, right? But that's just my marketing brain always.
I'm gonna tell you their name. Mahadir Ethiopian.
That's right.
Mahadir.
Where are they located?
Let's see here. And they're about to open their second location.
Good for them.
So they are at 1465 South State. And I keep hearing how awesome they are. I think the only catch is you can't use silverware. You're supposed to use your hands to eat it.
I love that. No, let's lean into that. That's an experience that we should have. Yeah.
What else? What else do more people need to know about that's kind of newer on the food scene?
Newer on the food scene. Great question. You know what I've been into lately? Repeal downtown. They're a new restaurant. They opened up this summer. They have live jazz music every night. They have a martini menu. So it's like there's like 8 martinis on this martini menu, and one of them is this. I think it's called the Thai Yum, and it's got Thai stock, like Thai kind of like stock in the martini.
What is that stock?
It's kind of like a vegetable stock, and
really?
It has like a vegetable stock in it.
Wow,
it is a great martini, and they do martinis really well. I think that's a great example of like.
And that's called the Repeal.
Repeal Bar. They're owned by Prohibition.
Cool. Yeah.
Prohibition and Repeal. Kelly and Camille over there, father-daughter combo. They run those places, and really, really good. I'm a big fan of Repeal right now.
Nice. Yeah, we'll have to check them out. The Prohibition, I believe that's also. Oh, that's the one that's right by Fashion Place. Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
right over there. That's the one that has that kind of 60s inspired theme going. It's a fun I would say that Prohibition is a kind of that experience, and Repeal is a little more fine dining. It's a little more, they do jazz every night, they're starting like a chef's table experience where you can, they also have an ant caviar that is really good. No, I judged
Whoa.
it. I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but
Like made out of ants.
it's a hummus, and it's made of ants. They like freeze the ants and then make a caviar out of it, and you can tell they're ants. And get to know Maxwell. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna say yes. And, I'd give that one a good one.
I don't know if I could try ants.
Come on, be cool. We gotta try it all. We gotta say yes. Yeah.
Insects. We did a story on a cricket bar once, and it was crickets in a candy bar. I'm just like, no.
I want to say crickets are a little more like you see a cricket.
It's very Utah.
Yeah, it's very Utah. That's
Like,
very true. I would say I would try it.
Would you?
Maybe do a shot first and then try it.
Yeah, shot first.
Yeah, shot first.
Yeah, do it as a chaser.
Cricket chaser, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, what I've noticed is the turnover of restaurants has seemed to be pretty intense. Like, you just see them come and go, and like you see something pop up, next thing you know, it's gone, and I guess that's probably another impact of just being a bigger size city now, huh?
It is. We kind of are. We're grown out of our britches, right? We're becoming a big city, and a lot of people are moving to Salt Lake, and it's challenging, right? Because to open a restaurant is so hard, and you put your real dream into this, right? And they really do come and go, but it's because Salt Lake's just growing, and oftentimes though they go and they evolve, or someone else comes in and brings something new to Salt Lake, so it's kind of a natural flow. But yeah,
I guess it's just something where unless you are going to be going with the times, or changing, or having this super loyal customer base, you got to be doing something special to survive here.
If I was speaking to like new restaurants in Salt Lake right now, what I in the research that like Big Mouth Marketing has done, in Salt Lake, there are 58% of restaurants are American or steakhouse. And so it's just like there's a lot of that. And obviously there's that audience for that, but I think evolving into some sort of new style would be helpful. I think it'd be beneficial if I was opening up a restaurant.
Yeah, the one we went to, it was incredible, but it was probably a little bit too, it definitely was too pricey for what I like to spend my money on. It was Acre. Have you tried that?
I have. Yeah, what'd you think? It was just...
it was really good, but the fact that we spent $250 for the two of us, and I was just like, that was good, but I that's just a ton of money to drop for one meal.
I'm spending my dollars on good experience, right? And so if it's a good experience, I can always justify it. But the challenge, though, I'm kind of seeing is some restaurants might be a little too adventurous, might be a nice word of saying, maybe a little too unrelatable. And when you're spending that much, it has to be such an experience that it's worth it.
Yeah. And I guess should say the Acre is a bit of a fusion of, I believe, gosh, what is the fusion? It's Spanish with sushi. Yeah, Spanish sushi, and it's really cool and an amazing setting, and the restaurant was full. So I think if you don't have kids, sushi and Mexican. Thank you, Golda.
Oh, thank you.
If you don't have kids and you're of the mindset, I'm going to spend my money on my experiences, then so be it. But
agreed.
Yeah.
Also, right now we're rooting for Main Street. Like
it
is
big time.
Like I feel for these other restaurants and bars on Main Street. There was such a lost cause to be there right now, and so I'm like, yeah, even they might be a little pricey, but like let's keep them there.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of that, I talked to Jason Lacates yesterday, the owner of Whiskey Street Whitehorse
How's he doing?
in Franklin. He sounded actually really good. Like he sounded like he's accepted the fact that Whiskey Street was a complete loss. That building is completely burned down. And for a little bit of background, there was a fire in London Bell. It spread and it burned down 100% Whiskey Street and London Bell, and these were old 100-year-old plus buildings. Didn't burn down Whitehorse, which is next to Whiskey Street. That actually 30% of the roof caved in because the water cannons were spraying for so much time on the roof.
Oh wow!
The weight of the water actually caused the roof to collapse, which caused the majority of the damage there. The bodega next door, absolutely fine. Open up, go support them, and then Pete Marshall, who has Salt Lake Book and Magazine. He's he's totally good there. Yeah, he's such a cool guy and a character. I'm not going to share all his theories about how the fire started, but that's why I called Jason. I was just like, Pete has some theories.
Yeah, what do you think?
But Pete's one of the most amazing characters in downtown, and I think it's just when you have a real downtown, a main street, where the buildings are owned not by one single property owner, but are separated out, and you have these unique local businesses, that feels so much better to me to patronize than a freaking mall.
Oh, agreed. I completely agree.
And the sad thing is, because I guess the makeup of our city council, state legislature over the years, they've put so much tax benefits and abatement benefits into malls and giant big box stores and not into Main Street businesses. We just see an abundance of corporate retail and nowhere near enough local mom and pop restaurants.
Get out of here, malls. We want some like real people who are passionate about it. I feel like a mall brings such a we want big money. When think of the owner of Whiskey Street, he loved that space. It was beautiful. And every time I went there, I had a really great experience. I want more of that in my city.
Yeah, and who doesn't? Like I think this is something I always say. If you want to read Utah stories, we tell it the concierge desks. Give this to everybody who doesn't want to go eat at the Cheesecake Factory.
Exactly.
Because you go to City Creek, that's like the crown jewel of the City Creek Mall.
I can't even imagine going to a new city and being like, oh, let's hit the Olive Garden. You know, no, I want to get to know that city through food and through shopping and through its main street.
Yeah. So last night we were lucky enough to be invited to go to the new opening of. It's called Central Station, and it's by Saffron Valley.
Very cool.
And I've got some video on my screen we could play of that night.
Residents
so
here,
it's this
hello,
really
hello.
cool. It's where Stan's
the
used to be.
sunglasses.
Do you remember
Oh,
Stan's?
yeah.
I consider myself
brand new.
Yeah, probably a multi-million-dollar build-out. Beautiful. We were invited with food influencers. I mean, I'm not a food influencer, but that's Lavanya, and she's the one who. This is her 12th restaurant opening in 10 years. She's just like going gangbusters.
That's amazing.
And that's the outside. She built this really cool like train in the middle of it. And this train is like the central rail car thing.
Very fun. See, what a unique take on a restaurant. This is how I'm going to run it. I love this. This is very fun.
Yeah, it's a very interesting, cool theme, and then really great Indian food. Really interesting setting. This is kind of a private dining area where we were sitting with all these influencers, and I got to know some influencers. They're actually really cool. I really like the ladies who were there, invited, who were part of the influencer scene.
Yeah.
Have you gotten to know that crowd?
I sure do. I work with them all the time, and dream job. Like, please send me to places to eat for free. And also, if I've got a microphone, send me places to eat for free. Like, I'm happy to pretend to be one. Yeah. Very cool.
They were from all different walks, but the two ladies I talked to the most, one was from Brazil, and she has like a cooking channel show. Oh man, I got to give her props. I'll put it in the description.
There you go.
But then the other one's called Lily's Petals, and she's got like over 1 million followers on YouTube. And so you've been in the food marketing scene for a long time. We still love to work with food writers. Are these influencers just taking over how marketing is working in the restaurant scene?
It's so challenging, right? Because food writers are passionate and they have these detailed experiences, but we kind of live in this world of I kind of describe it as like food porn, where it's like here's a burger being pulled apart, here's all this, like it's very like aggressive influencer marketing, and I think there always needs to be space for both, but there's food writers are very important, and a great food writer, Stuart at Gastronomic, he knows his stuff. He's very smart and loves to really promote the Salt Lake City food scene, and he's a great example of a food writer that I love. Yeah.
And Ted, who works for us, Ted Scheffler,
Ted
was also at this event.
Oh, very cool.
And they invite him to everything. Like he's got kind of the dream job. He goes to those things every single week.
He's a pro. He's like, I would trust him, and that's also kind of part of this influencers. Like as a restaurant and bar marketing agency, we're hiring influencers, and they're
not going to review the food, really.
They are showcasing the food. Yeah, exactly. So
you don't really know from an influencer if it's actually good.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's a critic, Ted's a legit critic, and he tells us again and again, I'm not going to do showcase. I'm going to critique the food and tell you how it is.
I love that. Good for him.
But I think it's more honest, legitimate. It's less popular today because everybody wants to have somebody say, "Oh, this is so delicious and awesome," even if it's not necessarily the case.
Where I see hiring food influencers is valuable is through events and experiences. So, for example, like Spencer's Steakhouse downtown, they're starting a like wine and dinner pairing series and a beer and dinner pairing series, and they invite influencers to come out, and they just invite them out and say, we would love to treat you and have this experience. And that feels a little more, you don't like really fake that. It's not like, here's this burger in your face. It's a little more, I was here for an hour and a half. This was my experience, and I had a really good time. Kind of like that.
Yeah, I get it, and I love watching them. There's a couple of them on Instagram and TikTok who do a really great job. They just get on there and they try the food, whether it's a burger, a sandwich, or pizza. And
man, I should be doing this. I'm out here eating and drinking the city every day. So
and you're paying.
And I'm paying for it. No one's paying me. Yeah, please pay me.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Well, cool. Is there any other props you want to give, or?
No, big fan, huge fan of Utah Stories, and of course of Ted writing about food. The Salt Lake food scene is buzzing right now. It's like it's moving, things are happening, lots of fun stuff. I feel like my job lately has been to be a mascot for restaurants and bars, meaning just go out, brag about them, say how good they are, share the experiences, and there's just a lot of fun stuff in Salt Lake right now.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's unfortunate Dave Portnoy said he didn't like downtown Salt Lake, but I mean he comes from this college town, bro environment where you have bars all across the streets, and obviously we don't have that in Utah and Salt Lake.
No, and Main Street in particular has had more beautiful days. Right now with that fire, of course, it's kind of
that was the heart and soul of downtown, and that's gone, and we're under construction.
Exactly.
And it's unfortunate, but
tell this guy bug off. We've got a great bar scene. We've got great Main Street. And it's a lot of fun. It's not bro-y and good.
Yeah, you're not gonna have late night brawls. You're gonna be safe.
Yeah. Oh, what a concept. Yeah. And by the way, that's what I love about Salt Lake. I've always felt very safe in Salt Lake. I love going out in Salt Lake. There's a lot of good food. There's a lot of good drinks in Salt Lake. If he wants a bro-y bar, go do that. There's those experiences, but I'm a little more. I love a hole in the wall bar. I love a little dive bar. you'll catch me at dive bars in Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite dive bar?
Man, Cheers on Main is a great
Yeah,
one. I'm
I
so
love
glad
Cheers.
that they're open and like they weren't affected by the fire. They do this pachunga shot. Have you ever had this? Great shot. It's watermelon, LaCroix, cucumber vodka, and Tabasco sauce.
Wow.
And
That's really fancy for Cheers.
It is a little fancy for Cheers, and it'll kick you up, but it's a good shot. Yeah. You'll also always find me at Triangles on 9th. It is a dive bar.
Oh, I know. Triangles.
Love Triangles, and it's itself. And you can really see when, someone brought themselves to a bar, or if they're like playing for an audience for a bar, and you kind of have to do both. But when dive bars are themselves, like, I'm coming to say hi and doing a shot.
Nice. Yeah, I went to a bar for the first time in years late at night with a friend. We went to the Huddle, which is in
I like the Huddle.
yeah, it's in Midville, and it was cool. It was like just super low key. The staff wasn't super friendly, which is cool. You don't always need super friendly.
You don't always get super friendly. I mean, picture being on your feet all day, and then you got to deal with just whoever's coming in that night.
Yeah.
But wait, did you say you haven't gone out at night in years?
Yeah, when you get kids and the kids go to bed, you're just so happy that you get to go to bed.
I love that for you.
Yeah, it's definitely been a big game changer for the last 5 years or so.
Saves you some coin and not going out every night.
Yeah, drink at home alone and enjoy. Have a quiet, peaceful.
Oh, how happy does that sound?
Nah, it's a definite change. But it's like even last night, my little girl was so sad I wasn't coming home. I was going to this event, and it's just cool when you tuck your kids in and then you realize you're so exhausted. It's just a totally different vibe. But
I can't relate, but I root for you. Is that a good way to put it? Like,
yeah,
I can't imagine having a long day, tucking your kids in, and then being like, "Okay, let's rally, let's go for it, let's go have a vodka Red Bull." Like, no, not happening. I feel that.
Yeah. Well, I think you get to a point where you want to change your lifestyle, but it's not. I mean, for us, we didn't have kids till we were later in life, 45. Right. So, yeah.
I'm happy for you though.
Yeah.
And if you ever want to go out, you let me know. We'll go party.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to plug the magazine. So if you want to find the very best of local Utah, you want to defund the giant corporate institutions who are destroying community, check out our brunch guide. Like, this is our brand new issue. A lot of people love this cover. We have aliens and we have brunch. So an homage to each one in the cover image. And it's got all the very best places to go have brunch. And Bartolo's, Sunday's Best, Provisions. This is actually our favorite brunch place that we go to around here. Uncle Jeffy's is incredible. That's here in Holiday. Urban Hill, Hearth and Hill, super awesome places. Feldman's Deli, it's always been one of our favorites for a long time. I have not tried the Oak Wood Fire Kitchen. They're out in Sandy, I believe. Draper? Yep. So Ruth Steiner. Did I forget anybody? Dally Crepes. Yeah, that was at the front of it. And so this is actually almost gone everywhere, which is a very good reason why you need to subscribe to Utah Stories, because you probably can't find this nearby anymore. It's October 24th today, and it's gone. So go out to utahstories.com, subscribe to the magazine, never miss an issue. We're going to be doing more of these guides. We're planning our whole guide lineup for next year, and it's going to be spectacular. So with that, thank you so much for